Hey Mason, why are our oil filters better than the oil filters at a Quick Lube?
I'm glad you asked. I've actually got some filters here today. I did go ahead and cut these things open just so we can take a little bit better look at them. Obviously we use OEM filters for the Ford and GM vehicles coming through our shop. Some of your Quick Lubes, we use some of the STP or Napa Wicks. Wicks gets a good name, but we're gonna see if the OEs are actually better or who is today. So we'll go ahead and start with the OEM Ford to start with. You can see the pleating here. You get a rubber drain back valve, and then inside you actually get a steel core. Now this is designed to kind of swirl your oil so that the deposits get left behind in the filter rather than continuing through your engine. The thickness of this filter kind of makes a difference. We're measuring about 3/4, sorry this thing's bouncing all over the place, 3/4 of a millimeter thickness. And then the length is going to be another measurement. Sorry here. So we're getting roughly 46 inches of filter material in there. To see how the AC Delco does, we'll do that one next. Now the AC Delco does have a drain back valve in the top side, as well as there again that drain back valve in the bottom. The pleating on this, let's see where it measures. It's measuring about 9/10 of a millimeter. It's bouncing around there, but 9/10 roughly. So it is actually a thicker filter material inside than the Ford one. And we're getting roughly 55 inches of material. So the AC Delco is actually a little bit better filter than what Ford is using with the Motorcraft. Onto the Napa Wicks filter. Everything back in the top. Sorry, I'm getting crazy here. Also to note on the AC Delco, there's a plastic cage inside, so it doesn't have the swirl built into it like the Ford one does. The Napa one does just have a steel cage. It has a little bit of a swirl built into it, but not nearly like that Ford one does. As far as material thickness goes, we're just a little bit better than a 1/2 millimeter thickness. And roughly 42 inches of filter material. So definitely the least so far. Then you've got the STP. This is where things really start to fall apart. Where you can see like Ford and even the Napa one, AC Delco, they use metal to hold the ends together. STP kind of just use this like cotton product. There's no drain back valve in the top. There's kind of a drain back valve in the bottom. But then it's just this cheap plastic cage in here. And as far as filter material goes, we're 4/10 of a millimeter, so the thinnest yet. And as far as length goes, we've got 37 inches. So there again, the least amount of filter. So that being said, the AC Delco actually had the most filter material inside it. It did have that extra drain back valve in the top. Ford came in second place with the length of filter. It did have a little bit thicker. The Napa Wicks would be in the third place, and this STP is definitely last place. So again, depending on what Quick Lube you're using, you're probably going to get one of these two, whereas again, we use the better one. But like I said, the proof's kind of in the pudding. You can see the inside of these. If there's a filter you'd like to see what's inside of to compare it to, I'd love to show it to you. But like I say, we stand behind our OEM filters every day. We do OEM service. and these are what we use. That's what the manufacturer recommends for your vehicle, and there's a clear difference of why. So I hope that answers your question, Kate.
Thanks.
Carrollton or whyguess.com.